Hello and welcome to the Information Security Summit podcast. I'm Robert Nettgen, and this is the podcast for the ISS Conference 2025. This was recorded at Le Center in Westlake, Ohio at the ISS 2025 conference, the Information Security Summit 2025. I keep saying that like 3 or 4 or 5 times, but anyway, it's a wonderful conference for information security professionals, and put it on your calendar for next year because we sold out a month ago for this year's conference. So if this were even being streamed live, or you were watching it like today thinking, I can get in tomorrow or Friday. No, you can't. I'm sorry. We sold out. But that's because it's such a great conference. And part of it is because we have incredible people at the conference, including my guest here, John Yeoh. And,
hey, Rob.
John, good to meet you. This is the first time we've had a chance to talk.
Yeah.
I've heard about the Cloud Security Alliance.
And I've heard of ISS, so here we are, hearing about each other and finally meeting.
That's right. Now, the Cloud Security Alliance is a new organization in the less than a decade old, if I remember correctly.
We are actually 16 years old now.
Are you kidding me?
Believe that. Yeah, 2009.
Okay, I'm dated. I thought it was just created recently.
Yeah, no, we were there when the cloud era began, and I think that's what made us really popular. What we do is we pretty much research technologies these days.
Mm-hmm.
We create best practices and promote just awareness on how to adopt all these technologies safely. And it started with cloud 16 years ago, and we're doing it today. AI, quantum, we're just continuing to hit all these emerging technologies that we're seeing today.
Now, is the Cloud Security Alliance just the Cleveland area?
No, we are a global organization, and in 16 years, we've actually accumulated 250,000 people that are now following us on LinkedIn. From a research perspective, so my role there is part of R&D, where we're leading the charge on like, hey, what technologies are impacting IT? What do we need to understand better? We have over 17,000 researchers now.
17,000.
These are all the people that are mostly volunteering their time because they are experts in their field, and they're looking to connect with other organizations, network with other peers to better understand, like, hey, are we adopting these technologies the right way? Do we have the same pain points that you do? What do we need to do about it? And so together we try to break these technologies, break the processes, fix them, and then we document it so the rest of the industry can do it.
Who's a member of the Cloud Security Alliance? So if I work for an average company, be it small, medium, or large, what is the meaning to me of the Cloud Security Alliance? Is it something that I belong to as an individual? Is it something that my company belongs to? How does the Cloud Security Alliance relate to them? I mean, I see .org in the URL, so I know it's not a commercial organization.
That does make us a not-for-profit, and like I said, we've been that way the whole time. There are 3 membership aspects that we have. So the first one would be that individual member that I talked about too. So the 250,000 people that are part of CSA, those are individual members, and anybody can join. We try to keep it open to the public because we do believe that, hey, you don't have to be at a big organization. You can be in academia. Great ideas come from everywhere, so open to the public that way. But we have over 500 companies too that are a part of CSA. So these are members. They pay to be a part of the CSA. And 500 companies ranges from all the major CSPs like the AWS.
What is a CSP?
All the major cloud service providers like AWS, Google, Microsoft.
Okay.
And another 300.
We have a lot of TLAs in the world that not everybody knows, the 3-letter acronyms, so I'm constantly trying to translate them because the hope is that not just security nerds and IT nerds are watching this, but they'll scrub the YouTube video and find the part that they want to share with their boss and send that link on in an email to their boss or their boss's boss, and hey, I want you to hear this.
I like that.
And we want to share the knowledge.
That's a good point. So vendors, like 300 plus vendors are a part of CSA, and what they're doing is they're trying to understand what are their customer needs. They oftentimes they have security offerings, but they want to better understand what the customers need. And so then the 250 plus of those are the customers, what we call enterprise end users. They're part of CSA. These are the big financial institutions, retailers. There's federal agencies that are part of that, and then even SMBs in between. And What they want to do is understand how to navigate through this really complex cloud and now AI market. They have security challenges that, collectively we have a pretty big voice, and so we can communicate that to the vendors, to the cloud service providers, and they can offer better solutions. I mean, the idea is to really, raise the baseline of how we adopt technologies, the baseline of security. That way, our technology adoption, what we do is safer and more secure for
Now,
everybody.
the second word in Cloud Security Alliance is security.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a lot of discussion among security professionals and a commonly repeated frame that, cloud is not necessarily secure. Cloud may or may not be secure. It's just somebody else's hardware. Yeah. And where does the security piece in the Cloud Security Alliance come into play here?
Gosh, Robert, are we still there? I do feel like, especially when you first started here, I mean, yeah, that was a thing, right? It was a complete change of mindset where, practitioners had to, hey, wait, you're going to tell me my IT operations are going to be somewhere else? Like someone else is going to own that? And it started with infrastructure. You can't tell me today that you're not using some sort of SaaS, some sort of software as a service platform. In fact, one of our big enterprises just met with them yesterday, and they were telling me they have to assess 34,000 different vendors. That's what they're using in there. 34,000 vendors in their environment. That's what they have to do.
Is this a small company or I would hope not.
Yeah, it's a large company, and they have to manage third-party risk against every single one of those because that's
34,000. I mean, this is a case of wow.
Yeah. So
bring your own solution.
And you can't do that, right? That's the challenge. Was it build versus buy? And we see that it's so much more convenient, and it's better to buy. I think there has been a reliance on leveraging cloud. The shared responsibility is better understood today than ever, I think. We're like, hey, you know what? I understand if I'm in an infrastructure environment, what I'm responsible for if I purchase a SaaS, software as a service product, what they're doing, what I'm doing. And so I think that shared responsibility model has really made adopting cloud a lot easier because people understand that relationship with that supplier.
So in terms of security in the Cloud Security Alliance, do the security practitioners, the CSPs, do they amongst themselves talk about, gee, how can we up our game with regard to security? Are there those conversations taking place? And if so, what kind of insight can you share with us about that discussion?
I can assure you that these conversations definitely happen, and because it's really about customer confidence and customer assurance, and that's why they work with CSA. That's why they're a part of CSA, because they want to do that, and they help CSA deliver a lot of the guidance that customers will abide by. So if I'm adopting a cloud service, what do I need to do to make sure that my data is protected, that my company is protected? Well, these cloud service providers care about that, and so they're trying to up-level that so that they can earn their customers' trust and build that customer confidence. And of course, that means end of the day, they're going to make a lot more money if customers trust them.
Are there barriers or requirements for cloud providers to be part of the Cloud Security Alliance? In other words, are all cloud security providers accepted, or do you say, hey, you got to meet this bar for security before we let you into the club?
Yeah, we don't have that strict requirements just to be a part of CSA. But what we do is we've created tools where cloud providers can kind of, I guess, demonstrate their cloud security posture, like what they're doing about that. And so the program that we put together is called STAR. It's the Security, Trust, Assurance, Risk, and it's a registry. So it's pretty cool, Rob. What we do is we've established security criteria, and we started with cloud. So there's this framework called the Cloud Controls Matrix. You may have not heard of it. Also known as the CCM, if we want to go into the TLA part of things. And it's a company with a questionnaire where cloud service providers, the vendors, will actually fill out that questionnaire and how they meet those security controls, and they'll put that in the registry so that any customer, any potential customer can actually see how they meet those controls, how they answer those questions in the registry. And today, we have over 4,500 vendor products that are actually in that registry. right? So if you're window shopping and you're looking like, hey, I need to look for a new identity provider, you could actually go into the STAR registry and see how all these identity providers
So this
meet.
registry is
Yeah.
available to the cloud security members? They can look through this
Yeah.
registry?
This is available. It's a public registry. It's available for free to anybody to look at.
Oh, for free. Anybody
Yeah,
can look
yeah.
at it.
But we make that available. That was available so that cloud service providers can demonstrate their security posture. Like, hey, you know what? I do meet the criteria that CSA has put together, and here's how I do it. Yeah.
So if a cloud provider is not part of the Cloud Security Alliance, that should raise an
man,
eyebrow.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's like, why are you not part of the club? Okay.
Why aren't they a part of the club? I think we're doing some pretty amazing things. You know, I think if they're not a part of the CSA, it's just a matter of time before they will be. So let's not dismiss anybody because they're not part of CSA. What we've tried to do is just create a platform. We tried to establish criteria that vendors need to meet in order to create a safe and secure tool. And how they do that is up to them. They can be a part of the CSA. It's a public registry. They can even meet that if they're not an official member of the CSA. But when you're an official member of the Cloud Security Alliance, there's so much more you can do on top of that.
So this sounds to me like the Cloud Security Alliance is potentially a forum where discussion, even, so we say vigorous discussion, not necessarily debates or arguments, but who knows, amongst members and cloud service providers can take place. Is this a forum for those types of dialogues?
Yeah, I think I kind of mentioned that we research technologies, right, and then create best practices and safe ways to adopt these technologies. We're really a research community, so a forum is a big part of that. The platform that we have is really a playground for, again, the vendors, the cloud service providers, the enterprise end users to come and have discussions, share pain points, and what do we need to address? We have this not even new, but we have this agentic AI realm that we're in. What are the challenges that we need to do there? Do people understand how pervasive AI agents are going to be? What are we doing about the identity of those agents? What are we doing about the guardrails of those agents? How are we governing AI today? So these challenges, we can come together as a community. And yes, a forum's a big part of that, so that we can actually have these discussions. The research arm that I get to be a part of helps develop all that content that people are going to use to better their organizations and make their organizations
Is there a
safer.
typical profile of a researcher? Is there a common, or are they all across the board?
Yeah, they are across the board, but there is commonality, and I'll go by characteristics on commonalities. Everybody's super curious about what we're doing today, and it's hard not to be, right? AI is exciting. The cloud is really interesting, right? I mean, the cloud like lowered the barrier of entry for anybody, right? I didn't have to build my own data centers. I could start a company tomorrow with a credit card and have this huge infrastructure behind me. AI is.
You really can.
Yeah,
I mean,
right?
you really can. You can be a nobody, and by the end of the weekend, you can have a website up, you can have infrastructure behind it, you can have the whole frickin' thing stood up, other than the age of your domain.
Well, Rob, today I think we're seeing that some people are saying the next billion-dollar unicorn company is going to be run by like 2 or 3 people because we have so many AI tools now that are going to assist us. And so I think when we look at AI, that's what makes it exciting. That's also what makes it a little bit scary as a
I was going to say,
practitioner,
it's
right?
both. I mean, we're approaching the terms where it's almost Star Trek-like, where you can say, computer, do this and do this for me, and it does it. You say, computer, create this website and register this domain, and all of a sudden it does all of those things that you verbally dictate without necessarily the understanding of the constructive components. Now, that's the good news, but is that also the bad news?
Yeah.
Is there a risk in that type of world, that type of paradigm?
Yeah, AI is a force multiplier, and AI is a risk multiplier too, right? And I think what makes it exciting for us is we have the ability to leverage AI for security as well. And what we're seeing lately is that we're seeing that security teams are being super innovative. And so we're encouraging security teams to, and a lot of companies do things the right way. They have security architects a part of their product development. But what we're trying to do now is like, hey, as a security professional, show how innovative you are. Let's outpace those innovators on the product teams so that we can actually have a voice at the table. If I'm building a product, leveraging AI to advance my organization forward, and my security teams are talking about how they're leveraging AI, I'm like, hey, come be a part of these conversations as we're building out products, because you're doing really amazing stuff from a defense perspective. How can we leverage that for our products? And I think it makes us huge advocates for customers and customer rights. I think it helps us develop really innovative products. Security is going to be a huge enabler going forward. I think AI is going to be helpful for both
So it's
sides.
not just helping the bad guys, it's helping the good guys too.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's what makes it scary too, Rob, because we're not protecting static and fixed things anymore, right? The network isn't just sitting there. We don't have just servers and endpoints there anymore. It's dynamic. It's moving.
Very
Yeah.
amorphous.
Yeah, so we can't react anymore. We have to be very adaptive with security. Our adversaries are doing the exact same things. So it's exciting, but there's also just so much innovation that we've seen and we're going to continue to see.
Indeed. So how does somebody find out more about the Cloud Security Alliance?
Oh, man.
Is that something you could just Google right there and find it?
Yeah, you can Google it. You can chat GPT it if we want to,
Yeah, find it with
right?
AI.
So cloudsecurityalliance.org. And you mentioned that earlier. We're a non-for-profit. And so when you visit our site, you can pretty much download everything for free. And we get, Rob, we get almost 500,000 downloads a year off of all the content that we've developed. I think it means to me that we're on the right track. We're creating really good guidance and content that the industry needs. And as long as we keep getting those clicks and those downloads, we know we're doing the right thing.
So checking out cloudsecurityalliance.org, and you'll get information. You'll find out not only about the Cloud Security Alliance organization, but you'll receive benefit of the research and the material that you're giving away for free.
Yeah, for free. We run events, we have educational trainings, we have that STAR registry that I mentioned about. There's just so much at your disposal. If anything, we need to help people navigate through our website just so they can really, just so their companies can take advantage of everything that we're doing. But I think we're doing a lot of good things, and until we stop getting those clicks, we're going to keep doing what we're doing.
Something to check out. Check out the Cloud Security Alliance, cloudsecurityalliance.org. One of the many, many groups, organizations here at the Information Security Summit in 2025. I'm Robert Nettgen with John Yeoh at ISS 25, and we thank you for your time and attention.